In this video, we're going over one epic collection that just came in with two small problems. And the first one isn't so much a problem as just bad timing, I suppose. I'll let you decide what to call it. So the way this collection came to be is a friend of mine reached out and found this collection for me. And I always offer a referral fee to people if they're able to find collections for me. If they end up coming to fruition, I am more than happy to pay a reasonable and generous finder's fee for the process of finding a collection. So usually the way it will work is you'll find the collection on Craigslist or Instagram or Facebook Marketplace, whatever the case may be, and you do some negotiating with the seller. See if they are ready to sell to a dealer like myself, who's going to offer 60% of fair market value, and they have to ship the books. There's a little bit of negotiation that goes on with that, and a lot of people that are selling their collections on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist aren't interested in selling to a dealer. They're trying to get more of a full value, closer to FMV for their collection, and sell directly to the end collector. So it is relatively rare for it to come to fruition, but it has happened multiple times now. And this is another case where it was a success, and I paid a finder's fee for this collection of $1,000. I paid around $18,750 for this collection, and I gave him $1,000 referral fee for finding it. And he maybe spent about an hour, I think, in this, because the seller had all of these books cataloged in cover price, and I was able to make an offer based off the cover price values. And he was super reasonable, ready to accept 60% of fair market value, ready to sell to a dealer, and so it all came to fruition. So this happened on a weekend. My friend reached out to me, showed me the collection. I said I would be interested, said the price I'd be able to, and they went back and forth about an hour. And then I came into work on Monday, and the way I have my email set up is over the weekend I have the brycecomics@gmail.com set up to be screened by young Marcus, my store manager, director of operations actually. So over the weekend I don't get the weekend emails until I come in on Monday, and he goes through them and forwards the ones to me that are on collections and whatnot. And there was an email from the same guy who I bought this collection from, the exact same guy, the exact same collection. I absolutely 100% would have got this collection anyways if I wouldn't have had my email forwarding turn on. So I gave my friend $1,000, and you know what? I'm happy to do it. He's helped me many times before, and he earned it. He made the deal. He got $1,000, and I'm a man of my word. I told him I'd give him the $1,000 before I saw that I already had been contacted by the seller. So that was the first little, I don't know what to call it. You let me know down in the comments what we call that. Just bad timing. Fortunate timing for my friend. At the end, everybody's happy, the deal went through. So let's hop in and take a look at these books. But before we do, I want to mention we have some awesome Whatnot shows schedule. Link down in the description for $15 towards your first purchase on Whatnot. You could use that $15 to buy a book in the Buy It Now, which I always have for $15. Also, we do a monthly giveaway here on the YouTube channel. If you subscribe, comment, and like, you're entered to win a free slab. And if you head over to brycecomics.com and use code COLLECT10, you'll get 10% off all in-stock items, excluding mystery boxes and big boy books, including some of the books that you'll see here are listed now at brycecomics.com. If you sign up for the newsletter while you're there, you're entered to win a free slab each and every month, and you get first access to new collections and mystery boxes. So let's turn this camera around and take a look at these books. And then at the end of the video, we'll talk about the second little mishap with this collection. Starting off here with a banger, we've got Tomb of Dracula number 10 in a 9.0, the first appearance of Blade the Vampire Slayer. Beautiful copy. Strange Tales 169 in a 9.6. Origin and first appearance of Brother Voodoo. First issue of Strange Tales since 1968. They took a little 5-year hiatus. This one is also available for trade. Details over on the website. Hulk 180 in a 7.0. First cameo of Wolverine. Amazing Spider-Man 50 in a 7.0, first appearance of the Kingpin and Wilson Fisk. Origin of Spider-Man retold, and it contains that classic panel by John Romita with the suit and the trash can and Peter Parker walking away. I had the joy of reading a raw copy of this today, just earlier today. Such an awesome thing. If you can find a low-grade copy, I would suggest picking it up and keeping it raw to see those iconic monumental moments in Amazing Spider-Man history. Wizard Comics number 1, 9.8 white pages. This is the San Diego Comic-Con Collector's Edition. A very, very valuable book. I have it priced at $4,000, I believe, also available for trade. The last sale of this was over $7,000 in 2022 for a 9.8, and nothing since then. It's the first Wizard price guide, a classic Todd McFarlane cover. As many of these that were printed, because Wizard Comics magazine went on to have over 100,000 copy print run, there's only like 20 something 9.8s of this, and it's just incredible that there's so few that maintain that 9.8 condition. The cover material of this is a very strange, it's not like a magazine, it's not like a comic, it's very strange, kind of like a plastic type cover, which is almost impossible to press. So it's like only a 9.8 if it stayed in that condition. And this was the type of thing that just got tossed on your car seat when you went to cons and stuff like that. Really nostalgic piece. A little ad on the back here for X-Men number 1. It says, in 1990, Marvel Comics broke all records when Spider-Man number 1 sold more copies than any comic ever published, and we're just warming up. On sale in August, X-Men number 1, and they weren't lying. This, I believe, went on to be even more printed than Spider-Man number 1. I believe 8 million copies of X-Men number 1. Just an iconic piece of comic book history. I would also recommend picking up a raw copy of this if you could find like a super low grade copy for like 20-30 bucks, because there's some really cool content in here with Todd McFarlane and other industry greats. Ghost Rider Volume 2, number 28, 9.8 white pages, newsstand edition, first cameo appearance of the Midnight Suns. Fantastic Four Annual number 6, birth of Franklin Richards, and the first appearance of Annihilus in a 7.0. Darth Vader 3, first Dr. Aphra in a CBCS. Darth Vader 3, the 1 in 25 LaRocca variant for the first Dr. Aphra, first 000, and BT-1, the assassin droids. And Darth Vader number 1, the first solo series for Darth Vader, first appearance of Black Chrysanthemum, and this is the John Tyler Christopher action figure variant. Young Avengers number 1, this is the Wizard World 2005 Con Edition in a 9.8, and Young Avengers number 1, the regular cover first print, first appearance of the Young Avengers and Kate Bishop and so many others. X-Men 26 from 1966. I've always loved this cover by Dick Ayers. Fantastic Four Annual number 2 and a 5.5. Just an absolutely iconic cover. I have a special affinity for this cover. Origin of Doctor Doom is told, and this one looks really nice for a 5.5. It's in an older case. I had a really bad experience. For those, leave me know in the comments if you remember, if you've been following my channel long enough to remember my bad experience of cracking one of these out. I don't think I could ever stomach it again because of that. Strange Academy 1, first appearance of Emily Bright, Doyle Dormammu, and so many others. First print cover A. X-Men 129 and 9.2 white pages, first appearance of Kitty Pryde, the White Queen. X-Men 266, 9.4 white pages, newsstand edition, first full appearance of Gambit. Special Marvel Edition 15, first appearance of Shang-Chi. Are we going to say Shang or Shang, you guys? I saw a post by one of my friends, nerdy old woman over on Instagram, where she said, she posted about this and she said, it will always be Shang to me. She's not going to cave and say Shang-Chi. Here's a 9.4 white pages of the same book. This one actually came in a different collection. I just wanted to show it because it's going on the website. 6.0 white pages is a nice edition of this for the first appearance of Vision in a 6.0. Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, number 30. First appearance of Ezekiel and Moreland, who have an important role in, you know, the more recent Marvel universe. So don't sleep on this key for Amazing Spider-Man Legacy number 471. Avengers number 62, the first appearance of the Man-Ape M'Baku. Wolverine number 8, direct edition 9.8 with that nice back pinup cover by Rob Liefeld. How about Wolverine number 150? This is the Dynamic Forces holofoil edition. As you can see, the whole thing is holofoil right there. The whole cover, actually. Which is really cool. Holofoil is definitely different than regular foil, and I kind of hope that they bring these back and then I hope that they don't get completely overdone, but because holofoil just looks way better to me than regular foil. But anyways, just not a book you see every day from 2000. Wolverine number 10 in a 9.8, white pages. Punisher number 1, this is the first ongoing series for Punisher from 1987 in a 9.8. Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I put this in here at first. Just look at the cover. Isn't that just an awesome cover? First appearance of Savage Opress and a whole bunch of others. I'm not sure what the value is on that. I'm sure it's actually a pretty expensive book, but I just really like the cover. Wolverine number 88 Deluxe Edition in a 9.8. This classic Wolverine versus Deadpool cover, and I believe, yep, we got 2 copies of that in a 9.8. Don't they look better as a pair? It'd be cool to get like a newsstand edition or a non-deluxe edition. Classic cover here by Adam Kubert. War of the Realms New Agents of Atlas number 2. I believe this is the wrong, yeah, this is the wrong label on here. So this is the second print, and it's the first appearance of Swordmaster. Inhumans Volume 2 number 5, the first appearance of the new Black Widow and Yelena Belova. Submariner number 1 in a 5.5. Tomb of Dracula number 1, first appearance of Dracula in Marvel Comics, 7.5, white pages, a nice edition on that. Classic Neil Adams cover. And X-Men number 7, second appearance of the Blob from 1964 in a 4.5. Iron Fist number 14 in a 6.0, the first appearance of Sabretooth. Venom number 3, this is the first appearance of Null, and this is the third print. X-Men 129 in a 9.4, this is the first appearance of Kitty Pryde. X-Men number 4 in a 9.8, first appearance of Omega Red. Amazing Spider-Man 252 and a 9.6, white pages, newsstand edition, ties with Marvel Team Up 141 for the first appearance of the black costume. Also had the pleasure of reading this earlier today in its raw form. Such a joy. Ghost Rider number 1 and 9.0, white pages, first appearance of the Son of Satan. And in cameo, yep, in cameo appearance of Son of Satan on that one. Marvel Comics Presents 72, 9.8, white pages. Wraparound cover, always love that. Shanna on the back. Star Wars 42, 9.6, white pages, newsstand edition. And Deadpool number 5, signed by Scotty Young. It's a Scotty Young story and a Nick Klein cover. The new amazing, fantastic, incredible Bry Box of Mystery has less than 10% of boxes remaining. Your chance to win an amazing grail like AF-15 and a 1.8, Hulk number 1, Fantastic Four number 1, X-Men number 1, and so much more. Even if you don't win one of the grand prizes, you're guaranteed 2 epic collectibles. All the details are available now over at bryscomics.com. So the second mishap with this collection is a PGX book, and I'll put up on the screen a shot of Predator number 1 in a 9.8. I paid a 9.8 price for this book. Usually what I would do with a book like this is I would crack it out and send it into CGC. And so I took a bit of a risk with this one, paying you know, a 9.8 price even though it's PGX, because oftentimes, and this is my end takeaway and big word of caution here, is do not pay 9.8 prices for 9.8 PGX books that have a huge price drop in a 9.6. This goes for modern books, bronze books. When you get into like mid-grade Silver Age keys, if you want to roll the dice on buying a PGX book and hope that it's not, you know, restored or qualified or missing pages or something, you're not going to take a huge hit on those mid-grade Silver Age books. But when it's a 9.8 and there's a huge hit, if it comes back a 9.6, it can be a huge learning lesson. So this book, in my opinion, is not a 9.8. I think it's a 9.6. If it got a 9.8, and I'll put up on the screen what I'm talking about, up in the top right and bottom corners, there's color breaking wear. And if this book got a 9.8, it would be an absolute gift grade. I'm not saying it's out of the question, but I highly doubt it. So the reason that it's a problem is that the book got cracked in shipping, the PGX book, and so now I have to send it into CGC, even though actually that's what I was going to do anyways. But that was the big thing here, is the PGX difference between a 9.8 and 9.6. Just be really careful if you're paying those kind of prices, because what do I do in a situation like this? Like, if I were to sell this book as a PGX 9.8 with a cracked case, what if I were to say a 9.6 price is around $175, 9.8 is around $600? What do you say? Like, oh, the case is cracked, I'll sell it for $350. Well, now you're selling a 9.6 for $350. So the ethics of it are very, you know, questionable. And for me, the solution is just to crack it out, have it regraded, and to sell it for what it actually is. So there you have it, folks. Awesome collection. Thank you for sticking with me all the way to the end of the video. Don't forget, we have that monthly giveaway here. If you subscribe, comment, and like this video, we also have a giveaway every single month at brycecomics.com. Use code COLLECT10 for 10% off all in-stock items. And follow me over on Whatnot, link down in the description, for $15 towards your first purchase. We're having a ton of fun, giving away tons of awesome books over on Whatnot, and I hope to see you there. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Thing to call this. So the way this these are not real words. Okay. Don't you dare use that in this bloopers, Marcus. All right.